Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. So I've been waiting a while to play Rage 2. The price went for $60 when it first came out. I seen it as low as like 25 to 30. I was contemplating it, but I know those games eventually just drop in price. You can get them, used from GameStop or Redbox. Not Redbox. What's the online one? GameFly. Usually you can get things like $15, $20 eventually. So I was like, I'll just wait. I really loved the first Rage. So, to my surprise, Rage 2 just came onto the Xbox Game Pass. A little while back, I paid like $2 or $3 and got the Xbox Game Pass for like 8 months. It matches how much Xbox Live service you have. So I thought that was pretty cool. I also beat Bloodstained recently, which was another Game Pass game I wanted, and I got to play Mutant Year Zero, which was another one I wanted to buy but didn't have to because it's on the Game Pass. That's a whole other story. So I download Rage 2, I start playing it, and it feels different than Rage 1, but it's also been a whole console generation now because the original Rage was on 360 and PS3. But I do have some thoughts about it. I'm probably about, I don't know, maybe 5 to 8 hours into the game so far. It definitely reminds me a bit of Mad Max, which I loved, where you go around and you find different like bandit hideouts and kill them and get treasure. Almost has like a Borderlands type feel to it, where you go from town to town and do missions, and then there's side missions and things you can discover. And I find that really fun. In terms of the graphics, it's a first-person shooter, by the way, but it looks like a lot like Mad Max or Borderlands or something like that. Um, in terms of the graphics, I think they're pretty cool. Everything has that wasteland look. However, there's a lot of like purple hues and like bright lights and neon and stuff. Especially if you don't know where to go, there'll be like purple hues in places to kind of give you a hint. I think the graphics are nice. The game looks heavy and full, if that makes sense. The audio is pretty good. The sound and the people talking and chattering is pretty good. Not amazing or anything, outstanding where I'd say, oh, this character sounds really cool or interesting or funny, like certain characters from Borderlands. They're all kind of are melding together at points. What I find interesting about the game, and this has been touched upon in certain reviews, they really, really, really focus on women. A lot of the main characters and strong leads are women with dyed, colorful hair and shaved heads. It's sort of like a feminist, or I guess some people would say SJW extravaganza. They really ham fisted a lot of women into this game, um, which I find kind of interesting. If the apocalypse were to happen, there would definitely be some strong women who make it. But I think the majority of it would most likely be, angry, volatile men who just don't care and kill other people for whatever, water or food. So it's weird that they focused so much on like a strong female lead with a lot of the characters. A lot of like there's the main girl you meet initially, then there's a woman who's like the leader of the group who dies right away and is like your mentor. Then there's a mayor of this town I'm in now. It's obviously another woman. So like it's just very boom, boom, boom. Everything's very female focused so far. So I find it kind of ham fisted. Um, it's not like a strong female that's in the game that makes sense. It's like everything is very very female oriented. So I find that kind of odd. The game plays a lot like Bulletstorm. So I don't know if you maybe not as arcadey, but it's definitely a faster than Rage One game. You can slide around and so it really reminds me of Bulletstorm in a lot of ways. Not with that like hook thing he had or whatever, but just the like superpower type stuff you get. You can like upgrade your guy and um, make your weapon really strong and shoot in like slow motion, or knock people back and pull their armor off. So Bulletstorm is a very, I would say, close cousin in regards to how it feels. The major downfall to the game for me, and this may be because I have an original Xbox One and not an X, the game has crashed on me about 10 times. It's made this loud noise, which happens with some Xbox One games I've noticed for me. I don't know why, where the noise gets stuck and repeats itself, and then the game crashes and throws you back to the dashboard. The main time it crashes for me is if I go into the menu to upgrade my character and start going through the menus, it slows to a crawl and eventually will crash on certain screens, like the vehicle screen. When I go to upgrade my vehicle, there's little videos like in a window showing you what the upgrades are, like missiles or shields or whatever, and the game crashes almost every time. I don't know if it's the way they've developed the game or haven't really fixed it, or if it's just that I have an original Xbox and the Xbox One X is so strong that they sort of developed for that and I'm not keeping up. Whatever the case may be, it shouldn't do that as much as it does. The game can be a bit janky in ways where you'll get like stuck under something. I've gotten a couple cars now stuck on things and I can't get them off. I went up to there's this ice cream truck that drives around that sells weapons. I went up to it and I got stuck underneath. Like the ice cream truck has a ramp in the back that lowers down so you can talk to the vendor. I got stuck under that once and it took me a few minutes to really like worm my way out of it. So it's definitely got a unpolished feeling in some aspects. I'm not finding the story to be like amazing yet, but it is fun, kind of mindless shooting and running around and gunning. If you like games like Borderlands, Rage 1, or Bulletstorm, it's fun. I just feel like there's a lot of sort of propaganda in it, and the game definitely has a glitchiness feeling to it. I prefer Rage 1 overall so far, but I have, like I said, I probably played maybe 7 or 8 hours. Maybe not. I think the game's only 10 hours long, so maybe it's more like 4 or 5 hours. But I am running around and doing a lot of the side missions because I'm finding them fun to unlock different like weapons and abilities for your character. Your character's just kind of a dumb guy. There's nothing really too special about him just yet. I find that kind of interesting too, considering all the strong female leads that are taking charge, that the guy's a moron. But at least he comes off like a moron to me. So overall, it's decent, and I'm enjoying it. I would recommend it for those, like I said, Bulletstorm and Rage fans. But I wouldn't go out and spend 50, 40, or even $30 on it. I'm glad it's on Game Pass. This is one of those games that once I beat it, I'll be done. Just to reference backwards, nothing to do with Rage 2, Mutant Year Zero is so much fun, but it's so hard that I stopped playing it. But I'm glad I got to experience it on the Game Pass, which is good because I'm not sitting here spending a lot of money on physical items that I don't necessarily want to keep after I'm done playing. So, Rage 2, decent, lots of questionable things, but let me know what you guys think. Did you play Rage 1 and now you really love Rage 2, or you kind of feel the same way as I do? Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.